everyone, Malo Elile, Woman Jika, and welcome to Season 3 of The Bent Spoon, brought to you by Thorn Harbour Health. Food is a universal language, and there is a deep connection between our culture, our identity, and food. When we share our food with others, we not only share ourselves, but our culture, our religion, our tradition, and heritage. So let's take a trip around the world and explore our connection with food. My name is Ms Katalyna, your host, and today we're going to a place where James Cook once visited. And let's just say he almost got cooked. We're off to the friendly islands of Tonga. Well, welcome, Marqi, to the Bent Spoon.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Marqi. My pronouns are he, him. And I made the watermelon otai.
So what are we going to be making today?
So we're actually going to be making two traditional drinks. We're going to be making meleni otai and mango otai.
Nice. What is a mango otai?
So mango is pretty much mango and watermelon.
Do you know
is meleni.
How do you say watermelon?
Meleni.
Meleni.
Yes.
Okay.
So meleni and mango otai.
Why did you choose otai out of all the dishes in the kingdom of Tonga?
I feel like back in the days, they pretty much used what was in season. Oh. But when you're in the Pacific Islands, fruits grow all seasons round, all year round. So watermelon being naturally sweet, I feel like they just wanted to make something that could feed the masses and fill them at the same time.
Oh,
and that's the benefits of otai. I feel like when you're going to big occasions, this gets them full faster. So when it comes to the main meals, they don't touch majority of that, and it's feeds.
Is that how they work?
So the food seems to feed everyone more better anyway.
Oh, right. So what's the first step that you want me to do?
So we'll just grab a bowl and then we'll start grating the watermelon into the bowl.
Right. Here's a bowl, and then you want this watermelon here?
Yes, and then we'll just grab the grater and we'll put it into the bowl.
Okay.
So there's a lot of
heavy.
different. Well, you're going to do some heavy lifting today, sis.
Oh, I need a forklift for this.
So there's a lot of different ways that you can actually do this grating. So you can either use a fork and grate that into the bowl using that. Or you can use the grater and hold the shell and grate that into the bowl. Or you can cut the watermelon meat from the skin and get dirty with it.
Yes, you like to get dirty, don't you? So how do you want me to grab this?
Yes, and we'll put it in the bowl.
In the bowl?
In the bowl.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna...
And then just do that, leave it like that, no.
No, girl, we're gonna make some magic with this. So you're just gonna hold it like that, and you're gonna grate it into there.
I like your grating cheese.
Pretty much.
I love cheese.
So at the same time, it's bringing the watermelon to like a consistency that you can drink and eat at the same time. But it also brings out majority of the juices as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
speaking of cheese,
making magic
add
already.
cheese to this?
No.
Oh, okay.
So when it comes to big gatherings, there's never anything small when it comes to Pacific Islanders. We celebrate anything and everything. We do like to make big news out of small news. So even if it's just a certificate from school, we usually celebrate that. But when it comes to serving like something like otai, it's more events like during Christmas, special occasions like Easter, or birthdays. And so it's those magical moments, especially when we have like moments with the church as well. They usually throw big events in, so we'd also have those events as well.
Yeah, so Marqi, how do you know enough is in for this otai?
So in the Pacific Island culture, enough is never enough. You always want to go big or you go home.
Oh,
so
that is so true.
A lot of the times we definitely don't waste things.
Yeah.
So like, you know how you're at the bottom.
So you want me to grate this?
No.
Oh, okay.
So because you're at the bottom, sometimes you'd grab a spoon as well, and you'll just use a spoon to scrape the leftover watermelon from the shell. Just grab a spoon. Yeah.
You want a big spoon, a small spoon?
Any spoon.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you'll just hold it over, and then you'll just start scraping.
Like this?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is another way. Sometimes people would just cut a watermelon in half,
Yeah.
and then they'll use this fork or spoon and scrape it like that into a bowl.
Oh,
And because in a lot of our kitchens in the Pacific Island, in our families pretty much, we always have that big pot that's used for everything, and so usually we use that pot to make our otai in as well.
Oh, okay. You can't put this in a blender and...
Yeah, but that's
Was that cheating?
That's the lazy way.
Oh, okay. That's my way.
And usually when you're using a blender, it doesn't get the consistency that you want. See, like if you look here, like you see a little bit of the flesh as well as the juice.
Oh, so
but if you're blending it, you're pretty much making a smoothie, which
you
people will try and say that this is a smoothie, but it's not.
But it's not.
But it's not. But yeah, you just want to try and get those chunks in there as well. So.
Okay. And then how many lemons would you use?
Lemons? We don't use lemons in this.
This is not a lemon. It's a watermelon.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll pretty much just try and get as much of the flesh off that, and then we'll move on to the next one and continue grating the rest of the watermelon.
Good,
but you can use up to 4 watermelons depending on the size of the occasion. When it comes to religion, it definitely plays a massive part in the Pacific Island culture, and especially in Tonga. When it comes to Sundays are specifically for church, and so everything is closed on a Sunday in Tonga. But when I think about my relationship with like religion and the church, I try to steer clear from being involved with the church, because I have found my own relationship with like the Lord, and I feel like growing up, that's what sort of also stopped me from living my authentic life, was having that influence from religion play a massive part in how families or communities sees a homosexual person or a gay person. So a lot of the times when I was growing up, I was just trying to like bottle it in, because like I just didn't know what the outcome would be.
Okay, Marqi, I'm really, really tired from grating all this. Not melons. Watermelons.
Watermelons.
Yes.
Now you did a really good job there, sis. Like I feel like that's your push play for the day.
Wow, man. Thanks.
Now over to the fun side of it. We're going to be adding some extras. Sometimes watermelon is naturally sweet, so you don't want to add too much of the extras.
Okay.
But we're going to start off with the condensed milk.
Alright.
The interesting thing about condensed milk is...
Do I need to stir this or?
Yes, at the same time.
More
you can
labour?
just stir that as well. But in the past, Tongans wouldn't usually use condensed milk because condensed milk wasn't really available back in the island, so they'll just use sugar.
Oh, okay.
But this is the next best thing, or probably the best thing.
Yeah.
I remember as a child waiting for my mum to finish with the can, and then I'll just be the one looking at, putting my finger in and licking it, because it was just the best thing.
Yeah.
But this also gives it sort of like the base taste of what you want in an otai.
Oh, okay.
And then as you go, you'll taste it.
Yeah.
And then we have sugar. We do have sugar here.
Oh, we do. We are going to put sugar in here.
Well, we're going to taste it and then see if it is sweet enough or not sweet enough. In normal circumstances, we would definitely add sugar, and I'm going to put some in, because as we set it aside later on, we usually add ice, and that helps dilute it.
Oh, okay.
And it helps break up the sweetness, and also add the necessary water that you need to put it in. So I'm just going to add some.
Okay.
And now, and you're just going to continue.
Would you use casting sugar?
No.
I don't even know what
Just
casting
normal
sugar
white
is.
sugar. I feel like that's only for baking, but that's not what we're using today.
Because I know a lot about baking.
And then we also have coconut milk here.
Oh, coconut milk.
So sometimes in the islands, when they're shredding coconuts, they'll use the natural juices from the coconuts and put that inside the otai. But because we don't have the tool to do that here, we're just going to use normal coconut milk.
I'm not doing that later.
No, you've done enough of that, sis. So we're going to be using coconut milk from a can.
Okay.
And sometimes with the coconut milk, you don't want to add too much, because you don't want it to overpower the watermelon taste.
Okay.
So you just want only a little bit up to your taste
Yeah.
preference.
Okay.
And then we have
Just about
milk.
that much.
Yeah, pretty much. And then at the same time, we have crushed pineapple from a can as well. And with the crushed pineapple, you can add as much as you want.
Okay.
It pretty much just
Oh,
helps
with the juice as well?
builds the, yes, along with the juices,
Nice.
but this just builds a lot of texture in otai.
Oh, okay.
So as you're
And
drinking your,
sweetness.
yeah, 100%. So as you're drinking it, you're having chunks, and so you're eating at the same time. And I feel like that's why a lot of people get full faster. So when it comes to the main meals,
Yeah.
they don't eat as much. And I feel like that's why sometimes they'll just pack a plate and take it to the car and then come back.
I've seen that happen a lot.
Yes, especially in our communities. But from here as well, we also have milk.
Oh, okay.
Milk usually is just to add volume to it. So
Volume?
as I said, like when you're making it for a big crowd,
Oh, I
this
see.
just makes it
So no
bigger.
water is required.
Well, later on when we add the ice in,
Yeah.
the ice usually
Okay.
melts and dilutes and keeps it cold. But as well,
And what else do we need to add to this?
so we have shredded coconut and cabin bread crackers. So these are preferences.
Okay.
A lot of people don't like coconut in their otai.
I've never had it with coconut.
Sometimes if you're going to have shredded coconut, I would advise to maybe just leave it overnight so that it breaks down and it doesn't have that crunchy texture to it.
Yeah.
But again, it's only a preference. And then cabin bread crackers are used
I've never
more
had that before.
when you have it in a cup.
Yeah.
It's really nice to
Not today.
not today. It's really nice to break it up and put it into a cup and let it just soak.
Okay.
And then so as you're eating the otai, you're eating the crackers as well, and it's just
Yeah.
beautiful.
Do you
It's
think
beautiful.
that you have to, when you have it with the crackers, you have to grow up with eating that?
It's definitely
Like
a
Westerners,
preference.
if they had to taste this, I don't think you'd introduce them to crackers.
No, definitely not.
No.
It's definitely something that you've grown up with. And
Yeah.
I've grown up with those.
Yeah.
Back in the days when it was just cabin bread that we had in the kitchen,
Yeah.
we'll have like cup of teas and we'll break it up, put it in with a dab of butter, and that was dinner sometimes.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it is definitely something that we've learned to love over time, and
Yeah.
it goes with everything.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so are we ready to drink this? 'Cause
Yes.
I am.
So before we do that, we're going to actually put it into the jug over there.
Oh, okay. So we're going to delay this taste testing.
And then once we put into the jug, we'll actually move on to
Oh, okay.
our mango otai that we're going to actually make today as well. So I'll hold the jug.
All right, you hold
And
the
then
jug.
I'll
There's
get
some
you
ice
to,
in there
yes.
that
And
I prepared earlier.
I'll get you
Just-
to ladle that in.
Okay, yes. I was just about to go pour it in like
Oh,
this.
if you can. I feel like there's,
I'm not that professional. All right, so just pour some in there.
when it comes to the LGBTQIA plus communities and culture, for example, Tonga, we have a lot of ladies in Tonga, and they're the ones that work behind the scenes. They're the ones that prepare everything. They're the ones that do all the setups. But then when it comes to having a say in society, they're the ones that are looked and frowned upon by society, where they're saying that homosexuality is a sin, homosexuality is abomination, homosexuality is seen as, like, in the islands at the moment, people are going to jail for being homosexual, and it's across all Pacific Island nations. And at the moment, Tonga's dealing with it, the Cook Islands are dealing with it, Samoa's dealing with it. So it's really hard that culture will use us for what they want, but then they won't accept us for who we are.
All right, Marqi, are we ready to taste finally?
No.
No?
We're actually going to grate some mango, because we're going to make some mango otai as well.
More later.
More later for you, not me.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to get you to start with that. It's the same
Same
process
Okay.
as the watermelon. So I'm
Yes.
going to get you to do that into the bowl.
All right.
Usually,
Do I do it with the skin?
yeah. Oh, not the skin. So you want to just use the skin as sort of like a protective barrier for your hands as you're grating it.
So how do I do it?
So you'll just use it, and then you'll just, as you're grating it, you'll push down. Yeah.
I see.
So you're just focusing on getting the flesh from it.
Okay.
And so it's pretty quick as
Okay,
well.
awesome.
Yeah. So that one looks like it's done. So you throw that to the side,
okay.
and then move on to the next. So because we're only going to make a small one today, usually we would have like boxes and boxes of mango to make one big enough for everyone. But for today, we'll just make a small one so they can get you to taste that one as well.
Okay. Is the reason why that you've got me to grate this mango because your nails?
Oh, yes. So I actually,
I love your nails.
I mean, it's not the reason, it's just I'd prefer
That
you to
is the
do it than
reason.
me.
Oh, I do all the hard work.
I want you to sweat, not me. But yeah, no, I recently just got my nails done from a friend, so I don't want to ruin that.
That's all right, I'll do it for you. Do you think, oh wow, I see.
So
okay.
it's pretty easy to do the mango and get all the flesh out of the skin, and it's pretty much also the same process as the watermelon otai.
Yeah.
And it's usually the same ingredients as well. But with this one, when you do mix everything in, I do prefer to grate some apple as well.
Okay.
Because it just gives that nice tang that you need. But you don't need the
grated
whole
in
apple.
here?
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't need the whole apple.
yeah.
Probably just half of that, and it just, the flavor just kicks and it makes sense.
Oh, okay. It doesn't green apple like have a bitter taste?
It does, but a known fact in Tonga, they also use apple as one of the main fruits for otai as well.
Oh.
So you have watermelon,
Yeah.
mango, green apple, oranges, but
wow.
those ones are, it depends on the season.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll
Is
just
that
keep
enough?
it like that. Yeah, that's plenty.
Okay. Don't want to waste. Okay.
So I'll get you to just get that mixing spoon ready.
All
So I'm
right.
going to pour in the sugary goodness.
I love this. I could
look at
actually drink a cup of this.
I know,
Then I have to go see my doctor.
100%. And we don't
Yes.
want diabetes.
No. All right. This looks
And-
like pumpkin soup.
Again, with this, sis,
Sugar.
you want to taste it to see if it's sweet enough as
All
well.
right. I think it's already sweet by the look of it. But I'll just taste it anyways. That's yum.
So we'll put some sugar in because
Let's
we're going to dilute it as well with milk and ice later.
All right. Go ahead.
So I'll put some
I'll keep
sugar
stirring.
in.
I'll be your stirrer, your grater. Okay, that's nice.
But again, it's preference. So you're adding sugar to make it sweeter, but if you don't need to make it sweet, you want to just utilize the milk and ice to dilute and make the volume bigger.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add some.
And you know this drink here, otai. Do other islands make this drink, or is it just Tonga?
No, so pretty much all islands make otai,
But where did it
but
come from?
it originated from Tonga. So
Yes.
let that be known. I feel like I'm gonna be. I feel like I'm going to like get a lot of flick for that, but no, it did originate in Tonga.
Okay. And can you buy this already made, or do you have to make it?
So a lot of people actually sell these. So they'll make it and then sell them, and they usually sell it in 1 liter bottles. And
It's
they
expensive, isn't it?
they are really expensive, so it's preferred to make it yourself at home.
And anything else do we need to add to this? or-
So we don't necessarily need coconut milk. It's more preference this time round.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a preferred taste again with the shredded coconut and the camel bread biscuits, crackers.
Oh, okay. So this is ready.
So this is ready to go. So what we'll do is we'll put this in the jug as well.
Okay. Let's put this in the
So
jug.
I'll hold the jug and then you can ladle it in.
More hard labour. All right. Here we go. Let's put a little bit in there.
But again, because the only reason why this one's a lot more brownier is just because the mango obviously has a different texture to the watermelon.
Okay.
And because you're making just a little bit,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Okay,
have the
I
thickness
think
that it
that's
usually
enough.
does.
Don't you thinking?
Yeah.
I said,
you
don't
can
you
carry on.
thinking? Don't you thinking? Don't you thinking? That's my own language. Okay, so how about we do a little clean up and then we'll come back and then we'll just serve this delicious drink.
Yes, and I can't wait. At the moment, I know that Tonga are having like discussions, especially with the council and the Marqi are getting involved in trying to make a safe space or make an equal space for people in the LGBTQIA plus community, and especially like in the other Pacific Islands, they're also holding their own campaigns to get the word out there that like this isn't the way that we should be treated, pretty much. And when I think of culture, like those are the things that I'm not proud of. When I think of like what my culture means to me, like I'm proud. I'm a proud gay islander, and I proudly say that I'm Tongan Cook Island. But when you hear stories of like society saying that like we're not accepted, it's those moments where you're just like, well, do I want to be a proud Tongan? Do I want to be a proud Cook Islander? And so, yeah, I sometimes just second guess my identity when it comes to moments like that.
All right, Marqi, it's been 2 weeks. Are we ready to serve?
We're finally ready to serve,
Thank
sis.
goodness for that.
So we'll get these ready and we'll pour them into the cups.
Yes, so we'll start with the mango first.
So we'll start with the mango.
Okay.
I'm really excited for you to taste this because it's really refreshing, and like I said, it's even better when it's served during hot summer days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for you because you're hot.
Thank you. I always say that, but nobody believes me.
But yeah, like I said before, these are usually served during summer, but it also is served all year round, depending if it's in season.
Okay, we'll get our straws. Let's go here. That looks really nice.
That does look nice.
Should we try this or?
Well, maybe we'll pour up the watermelon as well, and we'll try them when we finish.
I'll put that to the side. Let's try the watermelon. All right, let's pour this in here. So, Marqi, what else do you do with your life?
So other than work,
Yes.
I'm also involved in a community LGBTQIA plus group for Pacific Islanders called Pacific X.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm actually the president of it.
Yes.
And I was appointed president at the beginning of COVID.
Oh, I made a big mess. That's okay.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
I'll lick it off.
So Pacific X is an LGBTQIA plus group here based in Nam for Pacific Island people. And I only got involved with it because I was having a few drinks with friends, and as you do, you have like deep and meaningful conversations. And we were on about like having a safe space here in Nam for Pacific Islanders. What it's like for me being amongst queers alike in the Pacific Island community, I never thought that I needed it before I moved to Melbourne. Like in New Zealand, I didn't have much gay friends. I moved to Perth, I established friendships, but I didn't find like the meaning of friendships until I moved to Melbourne, where I actually established gay Pacific Island friends, and just having people to talk to that were able to share the same lived experiences, but also match like what we want to do for like our communities and what we went through growing up and all of that stuff. It's created like, for me, it's created like with Pacific X is my love language, and when I talk to other people and they talk about like what friendships and all of that stuff in the gay community is, like my love language is that community, friendships, lived experiences, and just celebrating us and who we are. And I'm like happy now that I'm in like a place where I can wear earrings and walk like through the mall, and people will stare and be like, well, that's on you, it's not on me. If you're uncomfortable, then you're uncomfortable, I'm fine. And it took a long time for me to get there, and it was my friends that were on that same journey with me, and we've all like come to that level where society, they can say what they say, but it doesn't affect us. So we'll grab the shorts for these, and then I'm excited for you to taste these.
Thank you. Are you still part of Pacific X?
Yes, 100%. So, yeah, like I said, 2 years ago I was appointed president, and then COVID happened. And I feel like this year, pending no more lockdowns, that we'll definitely make moves this year for Pacific X. So I'm really excited to see what happens.
Oh, beautiful. Well, let's cheers to that.
Yes. But before you taste these, I just want to go back to our shredded coconut and cabin bread crackers.
Yeah.
Again, this is a preference. Some people like the shredded coconut, and if you're going to use shredded coconut, you want it to set in either in the morning or the night before, so that it breaks down the crunchiness from it.
Okay.
Cabin bread crackers, those you can have at any stage, and what you do is just break them into pieces, throw them in your otai, and just taste that magic.
Oh, okay. Well, let's cheers.
Cheers.
And have a taste. Cheers. All right.
That's actually really good.
Marqi.
No, that's delicious.
You act so surprised.
What do you think?
I love it.
It's actually really good.
And I made like 99.9% of this. That's really nice.
Delicious.
I love this mango drink. Let's try the watermelon otai. There you go.
Okay. Let's cheers to that one.
Yes. Cheers. I can't get anything out of it.
I'm not getting out of this short.
Let's try a spoon. Here we go. Okay. Which one is the biggest? That one. Let's have a taste. I couldn't get anything out of it. All right. Oh my God. That tastes expensive.
It is expensive and it's delicious.
But they're so yummy.
It's a lot better. I mean,
I love the texture.
100%. And a lot of people do prefer having ice with it, like now when you're drinking it. But I like having the ice at the beginning, so by the time people go to drink it, it's diluted and it doesn't get in the way of the experience.
Yeah. I love all that texture, the pineapple and the watermelon. That was so delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
Well, I made it. Thanks, Marqi. You're welcome. All right, Marqi, I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
So much for coming on the Best Spoon. It's been so much fun having you on, and all the best with Pacific X and
Appreciate
everything else that you do for the community.
No, thank you so much for having me. Thank you for watching my episode. If you want the full recipe, head to the Thorn Harbour website.